Okay, so Friday night we have another LFA card, LFA 22. And yeah, it is you know what I mean? We've got fun. We have a title fight on the card. Three of the fighters are making their promotional debut. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a fun one, people. The card everything starts off with a oh gosh, who are we starting off with? Hmm. Let me double check. Right, we've got a welterweight clash. Sherrick Shields against Jeremiah Cartwright. Both making their promotional debuts, right? Shield is currently on a 3-fight win streak. We last saw him in July last year, right? He had a unanimous win over Cameron Royart at Cage Sport 61, and that was his pro debut. So this will be his second pro fight. Now, he's going up against Jeremiah Cartwright, who is on a 4-fight win streak. And he last fought against Zach Davis in December last year, right? So that was at Shamrock FC 334. Got a first round finish. So yeah, when you look at things, Cartwright, he's had 6 pro fights, lost his first 2 and a boxing fight, but then yeah, he's been on a a 4-fight MMA win streak and a boxing. So he lost the boxing match, came back, won one, and then he's been looking pretty stellar with his MMA fights, and all of his wins, they've all been finishes, including the boxing fight. Right, so I think that says something. You know what I mean? I think that's definitely, yeah, definitely something. Though, right, Shields in his amateur career, he's got submissions, right? And 2 submissions and 3 TKOs, so it's an interesting one, but I feel that Cuffright, he's got the edge, right? I think he's got the edge because of that pro experience. Now, they're both making their promotional debut, so this will be the biggest stage both have fought on, but I think the edge goes to Jeremiah Cuffright. So from there, we jump down to a catchweight. Speaking of, what the fuck do you call it? What's that thing? It's a catchweight fight. We have Jeff Shield, Jeff Shell, and Dan Moriarty fighting at 130 pounds. I'd imagine they are both flyweights, right? But because of the situation, maybe it's a short notice. Yeah, they decided to run it at 130, which not a bad thing, not a bad thing. So I was saying Jeff is Jet Shell. All right, Jet Shell. He's on a 2-fight win streak. Okay, so he is making his LFA debut. All right. We last saw him fight in October last year. He had a TKO over Thomas Jacks. Right before that, he had a submission. He got an Americana against Sammy Rogers, and yeah, that was July last year. So he basically went pro in, in 2021, right? Lost his pro debut. That was a decision in May, but then came back in July, got a win, and then got another one in October. So, man, got to respect that hustle. You know what I mean? Now, when you look at his amateurs, he won 4 fights, 3 by submission, 1 by TKO. His last amateur fight by TKO. He lost a couple via submission, but yeah, it's amateurs, right? So he's going up against Dan Moriarty, who is on a 7-fight win streak. I mean, that's pretty impressive, you know. So he went pro last year as well in August. Made his debut at LFA 114, Souza via Garcia. Got a first round stoppage over Joey Scanlon, which was, that was a good win. That's a good win. So he had 6 amateur fights, all of them that he won, right? He had 1 submission and 1, knockout out of that 6. So, I mean, again, it's a close situation, right? But I think Shell might have the edge. I think he might have the edge when you think, right? He had 3 fights last year over Moriarty's 1, and all all these wins have been via stoppage, submission or TKO. So I don't know. On paper, right? Because you never know. On paper, it looks like Shell might have the advantage when it comes to the groundwork, to the jiu-jitsu, right? They both got knockouts, but yeah, I think on paper you're looking at Shell. So I'm gonna say Shell gets that win, but boy, you never friggin' know with these things, man. At this early in people's careers. So we then go to our sole featherweight fight on the card. We got AJ Cunningham against Fred Freeman. Right, so AJ Austin, he won his last fight, right, which was against Jonathan Jackson in September last year. It was a split decision at Altitude MMA Fights 22. So he has fought on LFA before, you know what I mean? He fought at LFA 102, Souza v. Johns. He lost a unanimous decision to Javier Garcia. That was in March last year. So yeah, 2 fights in 2021, a loss and a win, but looking at the other fights, right? So he's had 3 submissions, 3 submissions, and he's had 3 stoppages, 3 TKOs. Slow even, you know what I mean? He won 1 by a decision. So yeah, well, including last year, 2 decision wins, the rest stoppages. In his amateur career, yeah, kind of the same. You know what I mean? He well, in these amateurs, he had a lot more submissions. You know what I mean? He's got 8, 9 submissions. I mean, no, 10. I think 10 submissions, which is it's pretty good, right? that's pretty, and all different. You know what I mean? A complete mixture. So he's going up against Freeman, who also won his last fight. Right. So yeah, Fred, he's fought on Bellator a couple of times. Bellator 187 and 223. So 2 losses. Right. So he lost to Kevin Ferguson Jr. via rear naked, and Aaron Chalmers. Huh. Aaron Chalmers. Oh no. Aaron Chalmers is not good. Whew. Yeah, that's not the best loss to have on your. Aaron Chalmers is not good. He was a reality TV star, and Bellator just kind of fed him cans. I think the polite word is yeah. I mean, when you look at that, right? I think I've got to say, right? Because yeah, I have to side here with Cunningham. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I've got to side with Cunningham because you shouldn't lose to Aaron Chalmers. All right, so yeah, I'm going to with Cunningham for the win in that one. So we then jump to first of our 2 lightweight clashes. We have Gasso Eldaro against William Stark. So this is our feature bout, right? And Elizaro, he's he's had a tough time. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, right? All in yeah, they were all his LFA fights. So he's been there, right? He's got to, a big promotion. But also, I will say, the 3 losses, right? So Christian Aguilera, LFA 81, right? Then Aaron McKenzie at LFA 88, and Chris Brown at LFA 113. And that was the big slam finish that Brown got, right? So, oh, excuse me, peoples. Little allergies today, man. But but they are all very good opponents, right? They are all very good opponents. So there is no shame in those, right? When we look at his his career, he's got wins via knockout. He's got a couple of submissions. You know what I mean? So yeah, he knows his way around things, right? But he is going up against William Starks, right? Who is on a 3-fight win streak. So yeah, kind of the complete opposite. Right. And yeah, Starks, he's also fought at LFA. He fought on one of the same cards, as his opponent. He fought on LFA 114, where he got a second round rear naked choke against Irfan Mota. And yeah, he's got knockout wins. He's got 3 subs as a pro. And I think coming in with that sort of confidence, a 3-fight winning streak, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go with Starks to get the win. So we then go to our co-main event, right? We've got Arthur Istralis against Brant Moore. This is our second lightweight clash, people. Okay, so Istrazulas, he is coming off a loss in his last fight, right? That was at LFA 97, where he challenged for the title. He fought Nick Browning, right? So he lost that via a decision. That was in January last year. Um, but you know, he won his first two LFA fights to get to that title shot, right? So he beat Steve Kroller at LFA 69, and then he beat Dominic Clark at LFA 88. Right? So both of those rear naked chokes, both in the first round. So, you know, he's definitely got skills, right? Definitely got skills. He's fought in the PFL. Um, he's fought in Bellator. You know, so yeah, you know, he's got skills, right? Got skills. He is going up against Brant Moore. And Moore is on a seven fight win streak, which yeah, that's impressive, right? That's impressive. So he's fought at the last four LFAs, right? Starting at LFA 73, he got a decision win over Edmilson Freitas. At LFA 78, he grabbed a rear naked choke over Nation Gibrick. At LFA 89, he got a decision over Joe Chilente. And at LFA 99, got a decision up against Ago Huzik. So yeah, I mean, he can go the distance, but he can also choke you out, right? Because yeah, he does like a submission. Rear naked choke does seem to be the one he does, but he also got a Von Flute. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's definitely skilled. Definitely skilled. He's had TKOs in his amateur career. So people, I feel that with that momentum, you gotta go with Brant Moore, right? He's got a complete skill set, and yeah, he's just gonna be coming in just so confident, right? And that, people, takes us to our title fight, our main event. We have got Carlos Mota against Charles Johnson for the flyweight strap. So the last time we saw Mota, actually, who is on a 9-fight win streak, was at LFA 112, right? The second card in Brazil, right? Where the welterweight Grand Prix took place. He beat Jefferson Oliveira that night via decision. He also, fought at LFA 79, Royville v. Williams, and he beat George Martinez that night with a body kick in the first round, early in that first round. So, yeah, that's pretty, impressive. And when you look at that, right, so that fight took place in November 2019. So, fighting in the Grand Prix on that card, and he'd been out for a little while because of COVID, I'm imagining. But yeah, definitely coming in with momentum. But when you go up against Inner G, you need every bit of confidence you can get, because boy, Charles Johnson is legit. So he's on a 3-fight win streak, you know. And yeah, he yeah, he like, listen, he's been in there with some tough dudes. Tough dudes for sure. So yeah, he lost to Brandon Royval at LFA 48, you know, decision. He then did 3 boxing fights. He lost 2, won the last. Came back to LFA, right? LFA 100. And he got an anaconda choke over Carly Paragillion, which was that was a very impressive fight. And that was in February 2021, right? He then fought at LFA 110, headlined it, got a split decision over Yuma Horiguchi. I don't think it should have been split. I thought Johnson clearly won the fight. It was close, but Johnson won the fight. Then, and that's where he won the belt, right? So won the belt, defended it at LFA 114, where he beat Jayo Camilio in the second round. And boy, he looked very good in that one, right? So he had 3 fights last year: February, July, and then August. So, you know what I mean? Johnson, he's up for a battle, right? He's up for a battle. And I feel a win on Friday night could get him that call to the UFC. And I'm going with Johnson because he's just got that confidence, you know what I mean? And man, you know he's not gonna let go of that belt, right? So yeah, I'm going with Charles Johnson for the win. I am very much looking forward to this card, people. Very much looking forward to this card.